What is up, you guys? For today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how to get this emerald green holiday inspired look using this month's BoxyCharm. And seriously, I had so much fun with this box this time. It is just such a mood. And if you're not familiar with BoxyCharm, it is a beauty monthly subscription service that is $25 a month. In each box, you get 5 full-size items with a retail value of $125 or more per box, which is an insane value. And if you'd like to sign up for Boxy, I will have a link in the description box down below for you. And also, before we jump into this video, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a like. And also, if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten. Normally, before I do my videos, I always have brows on because, as you can see, I have about like 5 brow hairs and I'm just not about that life. But today we did get a brow product out of our BoxyCharm and we got this like a little brow kit. I've never used one before. This one is from Reema is the brand. It's called Brow Bar by Reema. But I've never tried one out before, so I'm really curious to see how it works. I'm assuming I'm not going to like it because I'm not a brow powder kind of gal. I do prefer my pencils. But with this one, when you open it up, you kind of get like an all-in-one with it. So let's hope that nothing falls when I do this. But you get, there we go. And the other one. But we get 2 brow powders right here, and then this is like a cream concealer, which I don't know how many people are going to be able to use this because it has like the nastiest texture to it, and the color of it is just kind of weird. It's like this weird like orangey yellow shade, so I feel like it wouldn't work for a lot of skin tones, and I'm not going to be using it today, but I do want to try out these powders right here. And then for the items that fell out, you do get a double-sided brush. One side has like a little angled brush and then the other one's like a flat side, so you can get like underneath your brow with that like concealer stuff. And then you also get this little brow gel, which I don't know, I don't like the color of it. And it's like really hard to open. Like it's like just too warm in my opinion. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's see if it'll focus. But like it just looks so warm. Maybe it's just me, but like in person it has just a lot of like yellow to it and a lot of red. So if you like a warmer brow, you'll probably really like it. But for me, just like looking at the color, I'm just not about it because I prefer a cool tone brow. When I do my brows, I always have to use a pomade. I just love the effect it gives, and you can get a really nice crisp line right underneath your brow, which looks so pretty. And today we are actually going to be using a different brow product for this. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Taupe. And if you can't tell, I really love this stuff. Since you are rocking that 90s thin eyebrow, now we are going to be going in with the brow bar, and I want to go in with this lightest shade right here using the brush that it came with. I'm just going to use this and kind of like fluff it in. I gotta say that powder is really pigmented. Like I barely put any on my brush and I even tapped off the excess. So like I'm actually really impressed with like how pigmented it is, but I will say I hate the color. Like it is so warm. It has a lot of red to it, and personally I prefer a little bit cooler toned of a brow. But if we're just like talking about the formula of the powder, it's actually really nice. And another thing I want to say is this brush right here is absolute garbage. Like it just needs to go away and in the garbage can because like I can't get the tail and it keeps on like messing up and getting like way too thick. So you definitely want to use your own brush if you are going to be using the powder in here because that brush, ooh, like it is bad. So off camera, I did take a brow pencil and like redefine the shape of my brow as well as kind of filled in the gaps where the powder wasn't really like sticking to my skin. I don't know if you guys have that problem too, but powders, they just kind of get like a little patchy in my brow, and that's why I don't like to use them all that much. I really do like the pigmentation of this one though, so I definitely want to experiment with it more. I really enjoy like how it looks like right here in the front of my brow and like on the arch. It really gives this beautiful like softer effect, so I do want to use it again, but for right now, it's not like my favorite product. So the eyeshadow palette that I got in this month's BoxyCharm is from StoryBook Cosmetics. I have never tried out their products before, but their packaging is always so cute and I'm just literally obsessed with it. So I'm really excited to try it out today. But isn't this one gorgeous? I got the green one. And normally I'd say like, dang, this packaging is bulky, but I feel like it just kind of fits the vibe of being like a little storybook, which is so cute, and I cannot wait to put this on my vanity. And then when we open her up though, the color story is so gorgeous. I love the greens in here and the yellows. And also these really cool, like cool tone browns right here. They are so beautiful. And then you also get a little mirror too. So the first shade that we are going to be using out of this palette is this beautiful matte taupe shade called Nottingham. And then using a Sigma E35, I'm just going to be applying this into the crease and then blending it outwards towards my brow. And I'm going to be using this as a transition shade today. And I'm also doing like these little circular motions when I'm blending it out. But so far that shade's really pretty. I will say it isn't as pigmented as I was expecting on first initial application, but nonetheless, I really love the undertone of it. And I'm just gonna build it up a little bit because on this channel, we love very pigmented eye looks, and I'm just doing the exact same thing. So it's definitely one of those eyeshadow formulas where you can build it up. So that's actually really nice. I wonder if all the shadows are going to be like this, because actually I do prefer that type of formula because I feel like it's a lot easier to blend out. So once you have that applied and all nice and blended out, the next shade that we are going to be going in with is one that I'm really curious to see how it applies, because sometimes greens are a little bit tricky, and that one is called Merry Men. It is a beautiful matte emerald green. And then using this Luxie 229 tapered blending brush, I'm going to be applying it into my crease, and then doing little circular motions to blend that into the shade that we just previously applied. I'm also using it to round out my outer V. Okay, but that green is so pretty. It isn't as pigmented like initial application, so maybe that is like a formula thing with these, but I really enjoy that undertone. So I'm just gonna go in with that second layer just to really build things up. And this formula is definitely very, very buildable. So when I first initially applied the green, I loved how it looked and how like earthy it was, but the more that I have used it, the more I'm just not the biggest fan of it. I'll show you guys what I mean up close, but I don't know if you can see it. But like the more I have built it up and blended it out, it has gotten a little bit patchy, and I don't know how I feel about that. Like, it's really a gorgeous color, but the formula just isn't my favorite. And I'll show you guys what I mean, but I'm just kind of like lightly like buffing it out, and it just gets like super dusty. It's one of those shadows that when you blend it out, it kind of just gets everywhere where you don't want it to be, and it kind of like fluffs out. So you just want to be a little bit careful when you are using it. Maybe it would act a little bit better over like a stickier base, but I don't know. It's just definitely not my favorite right now. You can definitely see it on this side. You can see like it's just really uneven like right in here. And I'm just taking my brush and doing like little circular motions and really like building up that color and just trying to get it looking really nice. But like when you're doing this, like the color is just kind of dusty, so it kind of gets everywhere. And then you get these harsh lines, and then you get the green like blown out a little too far, so it's really kind of a tricky shade to use. So off camera I finessed that green, and let me tell you, that took me a hot minute to do. But the next shade that we are going to be going in with is this brown in the palette called Forest. I'm going to mix it in with a little bit of Merry Men, like a 1-to-1 ratio. And then using this Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, I'm going to be popping this baby right into my crease, as well as into my outer V. And I'm doing like these little circular motions, as well as kind of like a little bit of a windshield wiper, just to kind of deepen things up and just to get a little bit more defined. Ooh, those colors together though, those pretty. Oh, I like those. Those are really gorgeous. Man, I am loving how this is turning out so far. Granted, green is one of my all-time favorite colors to wear right now. I don't know what it is about it, but it just gets me so excited. And I will say though, the formula-wise of the shadows that we have used, they are very buildable. So they do go on a little bit sheer, so you can really build them up to the color that you want them to be. But I will say the color that gave me like the worst problem is definitely the green. I don't know what it is about that one, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not my favorite formula. But the other two actually were really nice, so do keep that in mind if you do get this palette. But with that though, off camera, I'm just gonna cut my crease real quick, and then I'll be right back. So once you have that crease all nice and cut, the next shade that we are going to be going in with is called Maid Marian. It is a beautiful shimmery gold. And then using a damp and flat shader brush, I'm just going to be applying this anywhere that that base is showing. I'm really like pressing it into the skin as well. I seriously cannot get over how sparkly this gold is. I mean, like, it looks so pretty on the eyes. Like, I could definitely see myself using this for the holidays. But the next shade that we are going to be going in with is, of course, another shimmer, because I was just so impressed with this one, and that one is called Robin Hood. And then using the Sigma E55, I'm just going to be packing this on in the outer third of my eye. I'm just marrying it in with that gold shimmer. So here's I'm at right now, and I don't know about you guys, but I am so obsessed with how this look is turning out. It's giving me like holiday glam party type of vibes. And with that though, after using the shimmers of this palette, make sure that you do your eyes before you do your face with this one, because the shimmers did give me a little bit of fallout under here. So do keep that in mind if you do get this palette in your box. But nonetheless, off camera, I'm just gonna kind of clean things up a little bit, as well as apply my complexion products, and then I'll be right back. So here's where I'm at right now after applying my complexion products, as well as some liner and some lipstick, and now we're going to start working on the lower lash line of this look, because girl, it is looking real top heavy and we gotta change that. So first things first, I am going to line my waterline using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dark Side Liner. So before that baby dries down, I'm just going to take a little bit of that dark green flat shade and start smoking it underneath the liner. And I'm using this Dose of Colors brush that came in one of my palettes. So since this palette doesn't have like an inner corner highlight shade, I mean, you could probably use the gold shimmer shade, but I don't know, I just really wanted to use it on my lid instead. So today we are actually going to be going in with a different product that I did not get in this month's BoxyCharm, and that is the Horse and Carriage Highlighter from ColourPop. And using this little Moto Cosmetics little pencil brush, I'm just going to be packing this on into my inner corner, as well as bringing it underneath the inner tear duct area as well to open up the eye. So the last item that we are going to be trying out today is from Ciate London. Honestly, I haven't tried out all that much from their brand before, but isn't the packaging so cute on this? It's like a really gorgeous kind of like mirrored effect with like these little stars with a little bow. My dad even thought it was super cute. And this is called a Marbled Light, and I got the shade Dusk. I'm assuming it's a blush, and it's kind of like a mid-tone pink, so I feel like it's going to go really well with this look. Honestly, like the more that I look at it, it kind of reminds me of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting blushes, you know, like with that marbled effect with like the baked texture. Because this is a baked product too. I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of has like that raised effect to it. So here's what it looks like up close. I don't know if you can see like that baked formula kind of vibe to it, and also that really beautiful marbling, but it's so pretty in person. So using this Sigma F40, I'm just going to be stippling this on kind of where my cheekbone is to give my face a little bit more of like a lifted effect. If you've never stippled on your blush, I highly recommend doing this technique. It kind of gives it a little bit softer and more natural of a finish, and also it's really easy to control this way too. But so far, I really love the color of that. That's really gorgeous. And I will say though too, it is a very, very pigmented blush, so you do want to keep that in mind if you are going to be using it. But yeah, so here's the finish like using this month's BoxyCharm, and going into this, I was not planning on doing a holiday look like whatsoever, but it definitely turned out to be one. I don't know if it's because it's December or like what it is, but it is definitely putting me in the mood. But either way though, I do want to give you guys my thoughts and opinions about both the products that we used today as well as the other ones that we haven't talked about yet. So the first item that we are going to be talking about is the Brow Bar by Reema, and going into this, I had very low expectations for this product. I don't know if you are like this too, but once I find a brow product that works for me, like I never want to use anything but that. But truthfully, this is actually really nice. I really enjoyed the formula of the brow powder. I thought it was just really pigmented and just has a really nice texture to it. So I could definitely see myself using this again, but I will say like the brow gel in here is just way too red. I do not see myself ever using that. And the other two products in here that we didn't use, I'm just not the biggest fan of. Like this concealer is so nasty. Like it feels like a really waxy kind of like thick kind of textured formula. I'm just not a big fan of that. And also the other brow powder in here is just like way too dark for me. But I mean, since I have it, I will definitely try it out again, but it's definitely not something I would see myself repurchasing. So the next item that we are going to be talking about is the StoryBook Cosmetics eyeshadow palette that we used today, and seriously, like the packaging is so cute on this. I cannot get over how stunning it is. It's just such a very unique kind of vibe, and I feel like if you're into like that old kind of like fairy tale fantasy type of thing, you're gonna really enjoy the look of it. However, eyeshadow formula wise, the shimmers in here are immaculate. They are just so sparkly on the eyes, and these seriously look beautiful. The mattes in here are very hit and miss depending on this shade. Like this matte green that we used called Merriman, ooh, like that one was a work of art. Like seriously, that shadow is just very dusty and kind of patchy. At the end of the day, I was able to get a really nice look with it, but it took a lot of time to do it. And the other mattes that we used today, these two right here, I don't know, they're just nothing special to me. I mean, they are really pretty when they're applied, but I don't know, like the formula just isn't my favorite. So the next item that we are going to be talking about is the blush from Ciate London. Seriously, I love this so much. I think it's just so pretty, and I really enjoy the color of it. I feel like it's one of those colors that you could wear with any type of eye look and it'll look perfect with it. And not to mention, it is just so cute. I love the marbling effect, and I can definitely see myself wearing it again. As for the items that I didn't try out on camera, I did get this brush cleaner from Aesthetica. I think that's how you say it, don't quote me though. And I washed about maybe like 50 brushes this morning using it because I had a lot of brushes I needed to wash. And I actually really enjoy how this works. It has like a gel-like formula to it. I'll show you guys what I mean. And I will say the stuff is a little runny, so you just want to be careful when you use it. But I don't know if you can see it, but it just has like a little bit of a thicker gel-like consistency to it. After using it, I did notice you need about a pea-size amount to maybe like a dime-size amount depending on the size of the brushes that you're using and how dirty they are, which is actually not bad at all. And another thing I want to say is it doesn't take off staining, so if you have any brushes with like really heavy staining, like for me personally, I have like really heavy green eyeshadow and blue eyeshadow stained brushes, and it did not take that off at all, but it did actually clean out the brushes because I didn't notice any like, you know, nastiness afterwards, and it didn't leave like a really nasty film either. This stuff also smells like tea tree oil, so if you don't like the scent of that, you probably won't like how this one smells, but it isn't like pout in your face like really overwhelming either. It's just like a very light hint of it because it is in the ingredients. Oh, and another thing I do want to mention is that I have really bad eczema right now. I don't know if you can see it, but my hands are like cracking and bleeding and like really raw and agitated from it. It is a complete mess. And this stuff did not agitate it at all, which I'm so excited for because a lot of brush cleaners and like soaps in general have been making my skin super extra dry and just really irritated. And this not doing it makes me want to use it even more. And the last item that we're going to be talking about that I haven't talked about yet is from Saturday Skin. This is the Waterfall Glacial Water Cream. I've actually used this in the past before and I'm just not the biggest fan of it. It's a really heavy gel moisturizer, but I don't know, there's something in it that really breaks me out, and if I wear it underneath makeup, it actually makes my makeup like pill. It's kind of a hot mess when I've used it. So for me, this just isn't my favorite item in the box because of it, but if you're into gel moisturizers, you'll probably actually really enjoy trying it out because my grandma actually really enjoys this stuff. It's just one of those things for me that doesn't work out. But yeah, so in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this look, and also let me know what you got in this month's BoxyCharm as well if you subscribe to it. I would love to hear what you got as well. And as always though, I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a like. And also, if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! You guys missed out on the cutest thing on my lap right now. Let's see if I can get him up. Oh, isn't he cute? He's just not in the mood. Nope, nope, nope. He's not in the mood to be on camera. Okay, you can go lay down. Oh, don't knock anything over.